Hey everybody, Isabella here with the LA Note. So I wanted to go ahead and bring on our special guest, Shamar. You might have actually seen him before in one of the LA Note's previous publications. So if you guys can just help me welcome in Shamar Rice. So really quick, before we jump in on getting to know a little bit more about you, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Hey everybody, my name is Shamar Rice. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, and I'm a Baltimore club dancer and I'm an actor. I started dancing when I was 5 years old. I know it's a long time, and I stopped dancing in about 3 years from then, which was 2008, I believe, or seven, because my brother got incarcerated and he was the main reason why I got into dancing. So it broke my heart and it broke my family members' heart. My whole family was a dance group. And then 6 years later, I got into dancing again, and he had came home. So that's what fueled me to get back into it or whatnot. And so then I found a dance group and I just evolved from there and grew as a dancer and an artist. And I just started traveling and performing and battling and etc. And I started acting last year in January of 2021. And the journey is lit right now. So I'm very grateful and I'm blessed.
That's really cool. Wow, that's quite an interesting story. What do you think, just out of curiosity, when you first started dancing, you said you were like 5 years old?
Yes.
What were your like favorite, do you remember like your favorite songs that you used to dance to?
Not really, no, because I was really young. So I was just doing it out of just the love. I was never paying attention to who made the music that I was dancing to.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite choreographers?
Right now, yes, Matt Stefanina
Oh,
is
yeah.
my favorite. And that's pretty much it right now.
That's awesome. So my question to follow that one up, are you currently doing like the challenges he posts on TikTok, or are you on TikTok?
I am on TikTok, and no, I have not. It's crazy. I know I love how he choreographs dances, but I actually did learn one of his dances before, but I have not recorded it.
Oh, that's so cool. That's really cool. Yeah, no, he's an awesome dancer. Okay, cool. When it comes down to where you are right now, and I know you mentioned that the journey's lit and everything, what are some projects that you're working on?
So right now I'm not working on anything. I'm just honing the craft and just learning different techniques and just training. That's pretty much it that I'm doing right now. It's just practicing at what I'm doing right now. But I have worked on TV series that I cannot pronounce yet. It's in editing, post production, and you guys could see when everything will be coming out very soon.
That's so exciting. That's
Yes.
really exciting. If for anyone that wants to be like a dancer or an actor, what do you think is like one piece of advice that you could give them?
For a dancer and an actor, just be determined and to have faith and believe in yourself before anyone else do, because I feel like that's what a lot of us don't have as an artist or just being a human being, period, trying to do something. They look for others to believe in them, and it starts with them first. So always just believe in yourself, be determined, have faith, and love it. You know what I mean? Now, specifically just for dancing, you would have to get into training. And if you don't have money to do that, because I didn't, I would go on YouTube and look at Matt Stefanina specifically for hip hop. Whatever genre of dance you want to do, just go on YouTube and they have tutorials. Start there. And then for acting, it's really the same thing. So you have to get acting training and learn how to act before doing anything. And so if you don't have any money to pay for classes or private coaching, then YouTube is your best friend too. Yes.
Yeah, and that's such an interesting point that you bring up because there's so many people, so many creatives out there that what ends up being the challenging part is the financial side of things. And what you just explained, it sounds like you're just like determined and resourceful. Those are two things to keep in mind, and that's really impressive. Just for the people who are listening, what are maybe like, I don't know if you still remember, but what are some of your favorite channels where you can find free trainings?
Wow. It's a lot. It really is a lot. I know it's an actress. Her name is Michaela Liza on YouTube, and she has tons of resources and videos that will help you down from how to cry on cue if you don't know how to cry and get those emotions built up, how to become an actor, where to go to get acting gigs free or paid, and how to get an agent or a manager. It's so many videos that she touched on, and y'all can find her on YouTube at Michaela Lizak. Just type it in as how it sounds. I'm pretty sure she will come up. So that's pretty much the only resource I have right now. But even just typing in how to act, you could just type that on YouTube. And Wendy Wright, oh my gosh, she runs the Hollywood Winner Circle. It will literally change your life if you let it. So she definitely has a lot of resourceful videos on YouTube as well.
Wow. That's really cool. YouTube is awesome. There's so much out there nowadays. So we learned a little bit about your background. Now we learn a little bit about how you actually started learning and how you actually were resourceful and determined throughout the whole process. But what's one story that maybe you haven't shared in the past before, like something along your journey that if it's the one thing that you could pass on to someone else, what would that story be?
I think it would be to keep going no matter what obstacle you get handed to you. Because a story about me that I haven't really told, but I've often just wrote in articles or just said, but not got in depth about, is me hurting myself and tearing my meniscus in my right leg. And mind you, I'm a dancer. And then I was just trying to become an actor. So I couldn't do any of those things. So within my journey, I got discouraged a lot because I couldn't move. I couldn't be active. The only way to be active was to just search and train my brain and just get more knowledge. Just keep going regardless of what happens. Unless you really can't talk, but you can still type, you can still research, but just keep going, because at the end of the day, you're gonna think, your future self is gonna thank your past self for doing that.
Wow, that's very interesting because not only the physical health aspect of it, but I also imagine the mental health component of just like that, maybe that frustration.
Yes.
And I think thank you for sharing that, because I think that's something that a lot of people can definitely get value from when it comes down to, I know injuries can really halt people's careers and stuff like that. So when it comes down to the mindset, perhaps the mindset that you actually had to build and develop, because you took a very proactive approach and not a lot of people do that. So I want to actually shout you out for that, because a lot of people will just like play victim and then just woe is me and it's the end of the world. But it sounds like for you, you were like actually motivated to find other ways. So how did you even develop that mindset in the first place?
I'm a big firm believer of God. Every chance I get, I just praise him, I worship him, and specifically go to him for his help. And he's just always there. When I was in my situation, as far as my injury, I just felt like the devil was always there. And he was. And I would always have to take pills for my pain. And I just didn't like for me to even just take pills constantly. And so I had sleep paralysis because of that. And I was actually awake, but I couldn't move. And I just thought to myself, what if I just try and call for God? And I called and I called. It took a minute, but I actually woke up. And I was very thankful for that. So my mindset will always be trust God and to trust your gut too. It's always that. And I also do affirmations every day. I just started meditating as well. So you just want to have some spiritual kind of technique within you so you can have a great mindset. And I use YouTube videos. So everything is YouTube. And I know it sounds corny, but YouTube really could help somebody. They have resources on there for anything you want to do. Tutorials for anything you want to do. If you have anxiety, they have videos on how to treat that or how to cope for panic attacks, for migraines, like any tactic, anything, they have it on there. I learned from YouTube of how to have a better mindset as well. And I also had therapy too. Everything works out in mysterious ways, but you guys just have to work and you have to train your body and especially your mind.
That is really powerful. But mindset is very important when it boils down to everything. That's really cool that you were able to even find that. And that's clearly that is another tool under your tool belt that you used to really pave your way into becoming more successful with your skills. And that's a really inspiring story. And just out of curiosity, what are your plans right now? What are your goals? What are you working on? How can people support you?
Wow. So my goals, I'm gonna just give you my top three. One of them is to book a series regular on a TV show. My second one is to work with Viola Davis. That is my biggest inspiration. And my third is to book a motion feature film, a movie, and star next opposite, that's what they say, opposite Michael B. Jordan. So those are my big three major goals there. And what I'm working on, just honing the craft, as I've said, and just building a relationship with my reps because I got signed with the agent and manager right now. It's very wonderful, and I'm very blessed to have my dream team now. And that's pretty much it. I just moved into my new apartment, my first ever apartment, and it's been quite the journey. And that's for another time. But yeah, I'm just very blessed.
Congratulations. That's really awesome. How can people support you? Any projects that you have coming up?
I do have a premiere coming up. It's going to be in late August. It's called Down from Heaven. The date is to be announced, and the ticket pricing is to be announced as well, but I'm sure it'll be virtual as well. You guys can head over to Down from Heaven, the movie, on Instagram. It'll pop straight up. Or you guys can follow me on Instagram at Shamar Rice. It's ShamarIcee. And the link is in my bio. I have a whole link tree. So everything you guys want to know, all of my old articles are there. So you guys can click there. My short films, my Facebook is there, my TikTok, all of my URLs are there. So you guys could go there and find everything.
That's amazing. Wow. So yeah, any agents watching this, you know who to call. No, in all seriousness, thank you for being here today. And do you have any parting words or any last thoughts you would like to share?
Yes, Denzel Washington once said, this is for mainly actors, but it could be for any artist within any field that you guys are in. Dreams without goals are just dreams, and ultimately they fuel failure. So if you have a dream, make sure you have goals and make sure you get those goals done. Okay? It don't matter if you got to write it out, put it in your notes. It don't matter if you just have to screenshot or just print and take a picture, put it somewhere, manifest your goals, because that's what I did. Let me tell y'all a little something. I did my intentions for May and I wrote it in my notes on my iPhone. And my first one was to book a TV network. Okay. And I booked a TV network in May. I booked a TV show on HBO Max. Okay. So I didn't know it was gonna happen, but I prayed over it and it did. So write everything down, you guys, and just make sure you just have faith and you believe in yourself. And just know that a no is just a not right now. It's not a never again. You know what I mean? So just keep on working.
Wow. Wow. That was so inspirational. Thank you so much for sharing that. And thank you for being here. And thank you so much for being on the show.
Of course. Thank you for having me.